All right, this is our follow-up video on a steel MS201tc that had no business running. I've got everything clean, ready for assembly. The dealer actually did an awesome job. I got these turned around in just a couple of days, bearings, seals, and a fresh gasket. Like I said in that video, I am going to donate a set of cases just because we had multiple stripped bolts on there, and I don't have M4 helicoil stuff. All my fasteners are clean, everything's degreased, yada yada yada. While I was cleaning, I found something interesting. So this is look how much the crankshaft, I mean, that hangs a nail. I don't know if I can get a better angle on this, but that's like maybe 6 or 8 thousandths of a lip right there. It's not supposed to be like that. So this crankshaft is junk. So I cleaned up the piston. It had some coking on it, and there's still a little bit of residual stuff there. But I kept this stuff separate. The donor saw that I used was a 201T. It was not an M-tronic version. So the piston's different. You look at that, this is, and then the pin to crown height is different. Quick math, I think I'd have like an extra 20 or 30 thousandths, an extra 20 thousandths of squish with this piston versus that piston. So I'm going to have to use their piston, but we will take these rings. This is a very low hour saw that is the donor on this one, and you can tell, I mean, it died an unfortunate death. So not this piston. I will use these rings because these rings are better, newer. So let's see what time it is. It's 12:51. Go. Okay, I got nothing to brag about. I rolled this seal so I had to split the case, pop the seal out, reinstall the seal, and then I launched a circlip on the piston across the shop, and I need to say I just found another part saw and got a circlip. Maybe if I slow down and talk a little less trash, I can finish this up in no time. All righty, all back together. Let's take it out here and see if she runs. I just put gas and oil in it, and we could both be surprised if it runs right away. It should. Yeah, something like that. Oh, choke could probably help. I might want to try this again. Evidently, when I drove that in there, I broke this aluminum bolt. So the carburetor wasn't seated to the intake manifold. I've got a spare screw. Let's try it again. All right, well, I had to coax this thing a little bit, and this makes a lot of sense because with that massive air leak from the blown out bearing, the M-tronic system's been trying to throw fuel to fix the air leak. So it took a little bit, but anyway, it's not all the way there. I ran it for about, I don't know, a minute. Come on, honey. Need that a little bit more to kind of get that right. Fucker. All right, y'all, here's where we're at. This I was getting on my last nerve. So here's what it'll do. It'll run, it'll recalibrate just fine. If I let it idle for a little while and hit the gas, it dies. That's indicative of something's wrong with the carburetor. I pulled the carburetor apart, put a new kit in it, and it still does it. That's fine. Trust me, if I let it idle long enough, it's going to fall down on its face. So it's not fixed yet, unfortunately. So where do we go from here? I'm definitely not going to work on this saw anymore today. It's, hold on. It's 3:15. So I need to go back and double check my handiwork. I get lax, and when I do a case split, I don't pressure and vacuum test my handiwork. I've done it so many times. I rarely have issues like this, but I'm gonna have to do a quick 10-minute pressure and vacuum test. And as long as the crankcase is holding pressure and vacuum just fine, I can honestly say that the carburetor is my issue. Unfortunately, you don't know these things until you get everything back together again. It's one of the really frustrating parts of doing this. If this saw's been acting up and they just kept using it, and never mind. We're done for the day. Thanks. See you on the next one.